I always read two books at any given point of time. The first book that I read is something that makes me ponder into the writing, into the characters, and into the story, such as the works of Dostoevsky, Han Kang, and Sally Rooney. The second one that I read is something that does not require much work, something to pass time, something that is passive. I read these kind of books when I'm on treadmills, and I always have this book so that I prefer reading rather than being on the phone. In this passive reading category, I choose mystery thriller genre most of the time because I do not expect anything to learn from it because I just read for the thrill of it. So, in this category, I have previously read First Life Wins, Sharp Objects, and A Woman in the Window. And out of all these books, the best one is the one that I read recently, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I read it so actively that I finished it in 2 days. I would say that this book is about a town called Fairview. To be specific, this book is about a high school in that town. In 2014, Andie Bell, a 17-year-old high schooler, went missing. Shortly followed by the disappearance, her boyfriend's body was found in the woods by the police. They also find evidence that point them that he might have killed Andie. With no more evidence and her boyfriend being dead, the police declare that he might have killed Andie Bell and he committed suicide out of guilt. 5 years later, we meet the protagonist of our book, Pip. As a capstone project in high school, she chooses to investigate the murder of Andie Bell because she strongly believes that Sal Singh, the murderer, is not guilty. What dark secrets unfold as she investigates is something that you should read and find out. For me, there is only one criteria when rating a mystery or a thriller book. Did the author captivate my attention? Holly Jackson absolutely did. For something that is supposed to be a passive reading, I completed this book in 2 days. So, yes, the author did capture my attention. With the other mystery or thriller books that I have read, I find myself skipping over paragraphs because these paragraphs hardly add any value to the writing, to the story, or to the depth of the character. They are just meant to prolong the twist or the plot. But when I was reading this book, I hardly ever skipped the paragraphs. I think this book is as long as it needs to be. The other good part of this book is that it keeps the readers guessing who murdered Andie and sometimes even question, is Andie really dead? It makes us think of all these possibilities through the lenses of Pip, and I absolutely enjoyed it. Talking about the aspects that I did not like in this book, there are hardly any. I think it delivers on the promise of an attention grabbing thriller. However, there's only one problem that I keep running across all the other mystery thriller books I have read. There is always a murder. And is the murder any different? Nope. Every mystery thriller book that I have read lately felt the same way, and this one did too. Now you can ask me, Bharat, when was the last time you read a mystery thriller book that did not have a murder in it? I would name not one but two that delivered an out of the box plot, Gone Girl and First Life Wins. Now, these two books essentially had a murder in it, but that was not the central theme of the book. All the mystery thriller books that I have read lately always had that one murder and that one detective who would investigate and find the murder in the end. Now, that is the reason why I felt that this book, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, was familiar in those senses. So yeah, that is the only complaint that I have with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Wrapping up this video, I have shared the plot of the book, the good and the bad. Although I find it to be a very familiar plot, I would still give it a 5 stars because I enjoyed it. And so I would recommend it to you if you enjoy fast-paced mystery thrillers. Thank you for watching Reading Labs. I am Bharat and I shall see you the next time with another book.